Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Laura and today I wanted to take you through some of the things that I have regretted buying as a minimalist. I also want to do a video soon about some of my holy grail items, the items that I am so incredibly glad that I purchased and that I have in my life. But today we're talking about the regrets, so let's get into it. Of these items, the reason that I have regretted them mostly is that they have ended up being unused, and I wanted to talk about the reasons why these particular items ended up being unused and why I was maybe sucked into thinking that I would use these more than I actually would, and maybe I can help you to steer clear of some of those pitfalls as well. Okay, the first thing is a gua sha tool. So gua sha and facial massage and lymphatic drainage and all of that is really popular at the moment. And I think it's really good. I actually get acupuncture and cupping, and I also go to see a chiropractor. So I am somewhat into this alti kind of medicinal stuff, and I think that that's just because I think that my body needs a lot of help to kind of process stress and all of that. So when I saw everyone doing this, I was like, that is really, really awesome. And I'm someone who grinds my teeth, so I was like, look, if I can get this kind of facial massage going, I feel like this is really gonna help my whole face feel more relaxed. I also noticed sometime on camera that I tend to hold my mouth really tight, like around here. And so my thinking was it would just be a great thing overall. I do the facial massage, but if I'm being honest, I hardly use the stainless steel tool that I bought, and I'll put a photo here. I hardly use it. I mostly use my hands and my fingers. And if you've seen the videos, there are a lot of really good ways that you can use your hands and your fingers. And I'm someone who is not good at remembering to do self-care activities. Even just remembering to take 2 lots of tablets every day is a really big task sometimes. So reducing the difficulty of getting these self-care tasks done is kind of fairly essential for me. And so the tool to actually just grab one more thing and do that and then keep it clean and all of this is just too much for me. I would have been better off just sticking with my fingies, which is what I do now. The second thing I regret buying is a leaf blower. It's totally unrelated to the first item. Okay, so a reason for this is that in our backyard, just over the back in the communal property, was a really big gum tree, and the leaves that drop from the gum tree are really fibrous. They don't break down easily. So we would end up with our back deck area, the veranda area, just caked in these leaves in winter. And it was just such a mission, and it was taking so much time to get out there and try scrape, brush them off all the time. So we got a leaf blower, and it was gonna be Josh's job to try blow the leaves off the deck and into a spot, then put them in the bin to kind of keep it clear. And that was great. Literally, we bought this and then the communal property just lopped off the top of the tree. So we've not had to worry about the leaves for a couple of months now. What am I saying, a couple of months? It's been over a year. Anyway, for a while now. So this leaf blower, I think Josh used it once and then it's been unused since then, which I really hate. I really hate having stuff that has been sat unused for that long. So I really need to figure out what we're going to do with this. But anyway, we bought the leaf blower with the best intentions, and then they cut down the tree basically, so we have no use for it. Go figure. Another thing I bought that I regretted buying because I've now gotten rid of these is work heels. I really like wearing heels, but I also really hate wearing heels. And for my previous job, I was basically just driving where I needed to be because it was here, there, and everywhere. And so it was kind of I would drive somewhere, put on my heels, walk from the car park to the building, and then be in the office for the whole day, and then walk back to my car in the car park right next to the building, and then drive home. So heels were great in that instance, and I loved them. And now with my new job, I am doing a lot more walking at work and to get to work, and sometimes I'm walking to the train and all of this, and your girl is not going to be doing that in heels. And there was a few times where I did the whole like change of shoes thing and then just wear them there. But I realized that like even at the office, I'm walking around way more at work than I ever used to. And the heels are just not practical anymore. So I had two really nice pairs. One was new, one was secondhand, but I ended up just donating these because I have no use for them. I still have one pair of heels, which is actually the pair of heels that I wore for my wedding, which I really like, but that's now my only pair of heels. A juicer. Now I will say that right now I'm actually using my juicer, but I have had this thing for like, I want to say 8 years, something completely ridiculous. And in 8 years, it's been packed away like in a garage somewhere for like 2/3 of that. And during the other time that I've actually had it in my possession, I've probably used it a total of like 20 times. I did not need a juicer. I really did not. However, no one wanted to buy it secondhand from me online, and now it's summer and there's actually fruit, so I am using it. But I really should not have bought a juicer. I'm going to enjoy it for right now because I still blimmin' have it. But I really did not need this thing, and maybe part of me is just using it out of guilt because I've had it for so long and it really needs to go. And look, if it was easier to donate electrical goods to secondhand stores, it would absolutely have been out of the house before now. But they get real funny about donating electrical goods, and I just can't handle that rejection. If I take something to the op shop to donate and then they're like, no, we don't want this. I've had that happen once with candles from my wedding. Oh, there was like candles that I'd done in a jar. So there was still like this much candle left. There was so much candle, but they were like, no, they're partly used, so we can't accept them. And I'm like, what? There's like 15 hours worth of burn on this. It's not like I'm giving you candles with like this much left. Anyway, the rejection, man. After that, I just couldn't cope with taking a juicer to the op shop. I'm sorry, thank you for your emotional support and being here. But anyway, I did not need to buy the juicer. Maybe you don't need to buy a juicer. I don't know if anyone really needs a juicer. Do we really need that much juice? I don't think we do. I honestly don't think we do. Do you drink that much juice? Comment down below. Please let me know, because I really honestly don't think that there's enough of a market for juicers. Tops made of synthetic fabric. So this dress that I'm wearing right now is 100% cotton, which is very important because I get warm and I sweat in summer and in winter. It is just a thing for me. I don't know if it's the anxiety or if it's just me, but I sweat a lot. And so synthetic fabrics that don't breathe do not work for me. I get to cheat when I have sleeveless tops that are, oh sorry, the microphone's there. When I have sleeveless tops, because then everything can breathe. But if it's like this, I cannot do synthetics. I absolutely cannot. And it is so sad to me because there are so many really gorgeous like work shirt vibe things out there, and like dresses that have like sleeves and all of this, and then these fun jumpers, and they look awesome, but I would be like visible sweat patches after an hour, like honestly. And then it just feels gross because then it gets like colder on you, and then it's just, sorry, too much information. You get the picture. I cannot get synthetic tops, and pretty much every time I've gotten them, I have regretted it. So good, you really have to know yourself. If you are someone like me who can only really work with certain fabrics, remember that. When you go shopping, remember why it is that you do not buy those, because you will have regrets. Trust me, I have broken that rule many times, and it's just a bad time. Expensive, pretty sunglasses. I do really like the idea of buying things for the long term, so buying quality and then using those for a while. However, I do definitely have some items where they are cheaper items, but I just keep reusing them. I don't have to buy quality to then feel like I can keep reusing this and not replace it constantly. So when I was in New York 6, 7 years ago, something like that, I really wanted to get some like proper nice sunglasses, not just like $10, $15 ones. And I ended up getting these ones that were more on the sort of like pretty side. They sort of had a like a mother of pearl kind of look to them, and they were really cute. But the problem was that they were more kind of dressy uppy, and so I felt like I couldn't just wear them for everyday use. Like, it didn't make sense with what I was wearing. So I ended up not really wearing them as much as you would probably want from a pair of sunglasses that cost, I'm guessing, like $200-300. I honestly can't remember right now. And it just really didn't make sense. I probably would have been better off buying like just a basic pair of Ray-Bans or something that is more generic and that can, you know, it's more tough and will stand the test of time more than a cheap pair, but it's also kind of basics. You can wear it with basically anything, because this other pair, honestly, I feel so bad that I didn't wear them nearly as much as I should have. They were Kate Spade, and I ended up donating those. So I hope someone enjoys my Kate Spade sunglasses that I donated, but yeah, that was a really silly choice on my behalf. Okay, second to last, light colored suede sneakers. I am not a messy person, I don't think, but when it comes to clothes and shoes, I just seem to be really good at ruining them. I need to have stuff that is very washable and very cleanable, and I made the mistake of getting the New Balance like Classic 84, whatever they are. I'm looking at them over there. I cannot be bothered getting up to see what they are, but the like classic New Balance sneakers in like a light grey whitey color, and they are suede. And I do not know why I thought this was a good idea. I just like plowed ahead. There was definitely a voice in my head going, no, Laura, don't do it. You won't be able to keep them clean. Bad idea. And I was like, because they're so cute and they're really comfy, and I do actually still wear them to the gym, but they look gross. And I had really wanted to like wear them to work and wear them out places, because I just generally like light colored things. Like, you can kind of tell from what I'm wearing, right? I like light colored things, but light colored suede shoes, Laura? I should have been better than that. And maybe I could have done more prep to actually like keep these clean and all of that, but maybe it's just a bad idea. And maybe in the future, I just need to either not get suede, because I don't even know how you're meant to clean suede. Like, I don't get it. I do not understand it. Or I just need to get a material that is like darker colored, whatever. There were many other options that I did not take, and instead wasted my money on light colored suede sneakers that I cannot use for the purpose that I had hoped to use them for, and that is on me. Should have thought that one through better. Okay, lucky last. This is super niche, but bear with me. Chalk paint. So think back to like 2-3 years ago. Big thing online was furniture flipping, and the thing that you use to flip furniture, this I flipped, the table here I flipped. I'm looking, there's a lot of stuff. I built a table over there. It's a really bad table, but it's very practical. Anyway, the thing that you would use to like paint them was chalk paint, and the chalk paint brands were quite difficult to get here in New Zealand. So I was just using like regular paint, like house paint testers that had like gone wrong, and using that, and that was great. And then I was using top coats on it, and it was all good, and I was really happy with it. But the thing that everyone used was chalk paint, and they were like, you don't have to do prep, you don't have to do primer or undercoat, and da-da-da-da, and it was the really cool thing. And so the minute I could actually get this chalk paint, because of all of the supply chain issues from COVID, I ended up getting like 2 or 3 colors of this chalk paint. And this, the thing is, this stuff is not cheap. And I have now had this stuff mostly unused for like 2-ish years. And I feel real bad about it, because I don't know if I can actually like pass this on to anyone. Like, I feel like after sitting there for a few years, it's probably gone a bit funky and it's not going to be any good. But due to other things happening, it was like I had my phase where I was doing a lot of this furniture stuff, and then near to the close of that was when I could finally get hold of this chalk paint I've been wanting for like 6 months, and now it's just sat there unused. So yeah, and I don't think it's something I can come back around to. Like I said, it's probably gone off, and I'd probably just need to throw it, but I just feel so bad it's just sitting there, the few tins of it. But there's probably like $200 worth of paint there, which is just a bit sad. So anyway, if you're looking to do furniture flipping, I would recommend just regular paint and then get a good top coat and do your primer underneath. There's a reason why primer exists. So that is my list for today of things as a minimalist that I have regretted buying. As you can see, a lot of this stuff are things that could have maybe been avoidable and I could have thought through, but to be honest, you will never know the number of bad purchases that I managed to stop kind of last minute that ended up not making it onto this list. So I still feel like I do a pretty decent job of sticking to minimalism and what works for me, but there will always be learnings along the way of things that don't end up working out for us. It's good to understand the reasons as to why that happened, to try to avoid wasting our time and money and energy and brain space in the future. So let me know down below if you have any that were kind of similar to these or any other fun stories of things that you ended up buying that you really regretted down the track. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.